Hello, this is the student of rhythm, and I have fearful avoidant attachment disorder. Now, to me, I'm not sure if I identify it or experience it as a disorder. The world makes sense to me in a certain way. And the way that the world makes sense to me is that I am not ever good enough, and that I have to earn my worthiness basically on a continuingly renewal basis. Like, I have to earn my worthiness to present myself to you or to anybody again and again. And I'm just too much for anybody but God. Some of us are just too much for anybody but God. Some of us just aren't pleasing, aren't acceptable, aren't desirable, aren't something that other people want. And so I have to try and keep trying to earn some worthiness to be maybe presentable or acceptable to people. And it would be nice if I could learn how to do that in a way that wasn't injecting myself in, because I keep doing things that are an expression of myself in a way that's a bit, maybe some authenticity, too much authenticity slips in, and then people don't want it. And so I have to keep reminding myself, like, really nobody cares, and I shouldn't expect them to care. Now, there's some few of you that do seem to care. Like, I have attracted a very small number of people who are interested in what I write and what I perform and maybe even what I say. And it's marvelous to me. I'm not sure how to describe it. I'm not sure how to explain it. It seems to me like this wonderful defiance of how I thought the world worked. That there's people, so few, there's some people somehow that seem to think that at least what I produce is worth their time. And so I am so grateful, and I am filled with such floods of appreciation and affection towards you, that the best way for me to show that to you is to not bother you with my importunings for your attention. So part of the way that I see the world is that the more I love somebody, the better I can show my respect by not bothering them. Like, to me, that it's just like how it works. If the way that I show my regard and show my respect for somebody is by pulling back and refraining from afflicting them with the annoyingness that my attention would cause. That is, unless I could craft a missive, a message, a communication, put together something, craft something that I can send to them that is so well constructed and crafted that it will be worth asking for their time or attention. If I can be totally on top of my game in speaking, and be as well-mannered and well-measured and polite as possible, or send something that's well-written enough, but I hold myself to a high standard for that. It's better for me to refrain from annoying you than it is, like, it's like the default is that I should not annoy you. So if I can't make something that I feel more or less confident that is going to be worthy and please you and be well enough thought out and made to send to you to be worth asking for your time, if I can't do that, then I better not bother you to show that I respect you. And so if I can't meet my standard, if I can't put together something good enough for your attention, then well, that's just more proof that I'm not worthy of asking for your attention, and so I should just hold back and not insult you by asking you to pay attention to me when I haven't put forth enough work to show you something good enough. So I understand that I think for normal people, like when you like somebody and when you feel whatever kind of attraction or affection or rapport with that person, kind of, I guess most people, you naturally start talking to that person more, and you want to spend more time with that person. You actually act to contact and to communicate more and build up more and more communication. And the way that I experience the world is that when I get that kind of feeling of warmth and good feelings and liking and rapport towards somebody, I know that I want to have to increase the frequency of contact. I want to talk to the person more. I want to correspond and get more time. But I immediately suspect that desire as selfish, and it like immediately gets siphoned off to like forbidden, illicit pleasure that I shouldn't indulge in. And I feel like deeply convinced that the best way for me to show my regard and appreciation and affection for somebody is to leave them alone, because that's like the best gift I can give to you is my respectful, not imposing on your time with my attention that I believe would be eventually wearying and annoying. I say this in hopes that just to make myself understood, because I think it might be misunderstood. I suspect that there might be people who wonder why I don't do more to try to contact or keep up contact. And I'm trying to. Well, this is how I experience. This is how life in the world makes sense to me, and I think there was a time that I wasn't this way. One of the things about attachment theory that really I find myself very unsatisfied by is that, for one thing, it's kind of simplistic. It has these 4 basic attachment styles. And it has this idea that there's something called secure attachment. And I'm not sure that I fully believe that that's possible or that exists. I think I can, keep on with the hope that maybe that's possible and that exists. Some people might experience it. It's I'm not willing to just write it off. And am I shielding myself from just a raging, howling pain of deprivation, lest it is possible and many people enjoy it, even maybe the majority of people enjoy it, and I'm left out and locked out? Why, yes, of course, because I can't inconvenience everybody and be a burden on the world by living with, always being whiny and expressing hurt and sadness from being left out. I have to face it. I have to take it on like a burden and bear it without complaint, because that's the way that I prove my worth. This is the way that I prove my worthiness, and try to kind of keep hold of being, having the right to ask anybody for any of their time or permission. So attachment theory, yeah, I find myself dissatisfied by it because I think it's simplistic, and it insists on this dogmatic scheme of positing that it's formed in infancy and early childhood. And as I look back and reflect on the way that I experience and understand life, and the way that I do all this, and the reasons that I am this way, it's not okay, yeah, I don't remember my infancy. So you could say, well, that's just experiences you have in your infancy that I don't remember. What I remember, the formative experiences that convinced me that this is how it is, they all happened throughout schooling, in my childhood, adolescence, even in my adult life. And those are the experiences that have shaped and that have convinced me. And so I hold out the possibility that maybe this is something that I'm wrong in, and that I need to change and repent of. I don't see how I am worth the work or the help. I certainly don't see myself as having, deserving to ask for help, because, of course, you don't get help with this kind of thing without paying a lot of money to some kind of specialist or therapist. I cannot afford that. So, ipso facto, I don't know if that's the right use of the term, but, since I can't afford that, that means by definition that I don't deserve it, and I'm not worth it. So the thing to do is to carry on without complaining. So just to let you know, if there's anybody that ever is sad that I don't make more effort to keep in touch or reach out, if that happens, to me, it's hard for me to believe that would be the case. It's hard for me to believe that people would really want my attention. But if there is anybody who is at all dismayed or disappointed that I don't do more to reach out or keep in touch, please know that it's because I'm still in this state that I am right now just very convinced that the best way for me to show you how much I love you is to not bother you. I don't know why I'm putting this out. I'm second guessing, and I have to go anyway. But I just thought I'd explain for the one or two people that are probably going to listen to this, just in case you're one of those people whom I love, and just to let you know. Okay, bye.